Right, 10 o'clock on the dot. Hip hop, here I go. Bleepity bloop blop. Welcome to the 118th episode of the Korea podcast. I'm your host Jack, located in Ulsan, South Korea. Coming to you live here on YouTube, through YouTube. Today is the 14th of June. Good day to wake up to. Hope everybody had a good weekend. The Korea podcast is a podcast on which I talk about anything and everything related to the living and working in South Korea as well as around the Korean Peninsula. Today, as always, there's going to be something about some topics related to Korea news, and then we'll be talking about cryptocurrencies and Korea-related cryptocurrency news. So, if this is your first time to be here on the podcast, to visit the podcast, then make sure to show some love. The podcast is sponsored, as always, by Shane English Korea, which is my and my wife's Hagwon. If you are interested in running your own business here in South Korea and becoming your own boss and running your own language school, then make sure to give me a buzz. We are looking for partners and continuing to expand. What else do you want? Fantastic partnerships. Let me just check, make sure that this sound is sounds fly a bit high. Let's turn it down a little bit. Tunes are too loud. Yeah. All right. Alright, okay. Right on. 14th of June, man. Time flew by. Who knew? Man, time goes by so quickly, it's hard to look. I've removed myself from like anything related to social media. I don't stick around on Facebook much. If I do, I just glimpse to make sure that people, you know, I fly through Facebook to see if there are any messages that have been left on one of the groups that I manage. And for the most part, I don't have time for it. So I've been very reclusive, man. I feel like I belong in the land of the morning calm, man, prior to them opening the gates. I am the land of the morning calm, man. And my life is revolving around my work, my family, and that's that. And crypto, obviously. I've even slowed down on the editorial production of videos for the Live in Korea channel, with the exception of the podcast, which I love creating, and I love bringing the info, and I also love when people get involved and chat and chitter chat and cyber chat. So sometimes that happens. So make sure, again, if you're new here, smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel, show us some love, and I'll be very, very happy about that. Alrighty, today we're gonna start off with news from South Korea, some dark news, some COVID-related news, and some other news, vaccine and all that jazz, bit of politics before, bit of fun, and then we'll move on into cryptocurrencies, which is also related to South Korea, friends and foes. Yeah, so let's transition over. Today's podcast is today's first article today. BBC, where is it? Oh yeah, this one here. This happened in Gwangju just a couple of days ago, man. Horrible. I saw the video, actually. An acquaintance, friend posted a video on Facebook. I don't even know if that was his video of his dash cam as he was driving down the road, and the building collapsed like right in front of the car. Klaboosh. But basically, I don't know exactly what happened, what was the cause of it, if it was building collapsing. Apparently it was a demolition gone wrong, and the entire building just flew over to the side and crashed onto the road, onto the busy street, and crushed a bus. 8 people were injured in the collapse, which happened in the southern city of Gwangju. The bus carrying 17 people and had stopped on the street below. The National Fire Agency said the reason for the collapse is not yet clear, and search efforts are underway for survivors who may be trapped. All workers on the site had evacuated before the building collapsed. Fire officer Kim Sok-sun said in a televised briefing. Some of the workers told investigators they had shut off a pedestrian path near the site before the collapse. He added. So this is what it looks like. I guess this was a demolition site. There were, yeah, like demolition gone wrong. You see there are fences here, and I guess it was supposed to be controlled demolition, in which the building collapses onto itself, but apparently it didn't really work out that well, and it went sideways instead. So I guess according to this, 9 people died, which is not great. Horrible for the families. Vaccines. What's happening on the vaccine front? South Korean mayor sorry for falling for vaccine scam. I have no idea what happened there. Let's check the comments, because apparently there are people in comments. I haven't checked comments because like there's nobody ever in the comments section. Ben Eddy, smart choice. I cut a load of SM as well. Onward and upwards. Less drama and more factual. Yay. Oh yeah, you mean like smart choice on cutting out my social media. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's too much. There was so many times I had whenever I go, there's posts and comments and all that stuff, and it's so kooky, man. Like the stuff people talk about, and comments that I see are they're unpleasant to deal with, to even read. So I've separated myself from that because I just don't want to deal with it. I think it's unnecessary for me. Paul, I'm down the road in Gyeongju. Oh yeah, Gyeongju, as in down the road from where I am. I assume so. Fantastic, Paul. Also into crypto. Wife showed me that news. Terrible. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the first comment in regards down the road from Gyeongju. Actually, my wife's family is from Gyeongju, so we go visit quite a bit, man. Paul, give me a holler. Maybe we'll chat if you're interested. Crypto or whatever, man. Get in touch. Yeah. The news here on the thing, yeah, horrible, man. Just sad. Freak accident, man. Happen all the time, yeah. Apparently, Paul says, apparently the building workers knew there was an issue half an hour before. Yeah, that's apparently what they were saying. Ben says, I do not really like the high-rise housing obsession, like to stay close to the floor. Many issues with some of the buildings sometimes. Yeah, we had a building burning down just, a couple of months ago here, right? That was like worldwide, on the news worldwide, a massive high-rise. The top floor burnt out. The building still stands. Korea is notorious for like, having ghost buildings. Some of them, like when I first came to Korea in 2005, there was a building that was standing here for like 10 or 20 years, and what happened is basically when people run out of money, the developers run out of money, nobody buys the property because it's considered cursed or whatever, bad luck, and then the building just stands there for years and years and years, and I get a feeling this is going to happen with this puppy. Who knows what's going to happen with this one, with the one that collapsed just now. Yeah, we live in a Jutek basically as well. We don't have, we're not living in a high-rise. Mainly not because of the issues, but having kids running around on the 19th floor with neighbors on the 18th floor, man, we would have constant complaints and knocks on our door. So, Paul says, I don't have much time for social media with all the crypto videos I watch. Yeah, that's exactly same here, man. That's one of the reasons, which is a curse and a blessing in disguise, man. I prefer not to be on social media. I prefer the crypto videos to watch, man. How's the weather in Gyeongju these days? Yeah, man. 12 years in Korea. Cloudy today, but lovely lately. Yeah, 12 years in Korea, man. That's a long time. I've been in Korea for about the same time, and I think Ben's been here a while too. Maybe not a decade yet, but he's been here for a year as well. He's been here for a while as well. Well, Paul, nice to see you here. Make sure, don't forget to smash up the likes, eh? Show us some love, yo. Ben, you too. Okay, back to the news, boys. Here we go. Boink. South Korea. So apparently there was a mayor somewhere in Seoul. He like nearly fell for a scammy salesman trying to push or what is it, 30 million doses of a vaccine. So here's Kwon Young-jin told the media last month that a foreign company had promised to provide 30 million doses of the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine within 3 weeks. And I guess he was, he thought to himself, I'm going to take some initiative and like jam it down people's throat and be like the savior, But the government later found that Pfizer does not distribute through third parties. Whoopsies. Mr. Kwon has been critical of the government's vaccine program. South Korea has seen a relatively slow vaccine rollout compared to other more developed economies in the region. Some 16.4% of its population has received their first vaccine dose, with plans to vaccinate 14 million people by the end of the month. And I think that's already on the run. That's happening as well. When was this? When is this article? This is 5 days ago. That's old news, man. Okay, next. Some JG vaccine recipients in Korea not given blood clot warning. Going to the whole vaccine thing, man, yeah. I'm beginning to notice more and more people around me are receiving vaccines, which means that there's a lot more of it being distributed and a lot more people are being vaccinated in South Korea. Yeah, Jutek. Jutek is great. Paul says, what is it here? Paul says, moving to a Jutek. Yeah, man, felt sorry for the gym and golf club center at the base of that building you mentioned that burned. Yeah, and I wonder what happened to the residents. That was a residential building, wasn't it? By the way, I'm drinking baby beer. I'm on a baby buzz. Found the last one. Yeah, check it out. 0-0. That's what I do. That's my thing. That's my thing these days. Yeah, man, I wonder. I guess the people in that building, the one that burnt down, must have. I don't know. Wait a minute. I just got a message saying that Bitcoin broke 40K. Wow, massive. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at it later. Yeah, people living in the building must, I don't know, the value of the building must have gone down a shooter, so I assume that their investments have also, so I guess they're stuck living there for, who knows, for as long as it takes them to recoup some of their investments, or I don't know. Man, I don't know. I hope they've got insurance or something. Something's gonna be done for these people, because for those folks. Some JG vaccine recipients in Korea are not given blood clot warning. So apparently, this is from today. Today is the 14th, right? Yeah. So apparently, there's reports by the Korea Herald that some recipients of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine were not given any warnings of potential rare blood clots as the rollout began last week. And regardless of whether these blood clots did occur or not later on, I think this is something that these people should have been given. Yeah, I mean, it was common knowledge, I guess. It was pretty much in the open, the news. But still, I think when you administer, vaccines of any kind, I think people need to be given warnings and explanation of what possible consequences or side effects, right? Right. People who had received the Janssen vaccine during the early days of its rollout say no warnings or information was given about the rare but serious side effect, the blood clotting condition termed thrombosis. Shitty thing. Yeah. In the meantime, lead army soldier dies 6 days after receiving Pfizer vaccine. So this is, I think, the second death now. June 14, an army soldier in his 20s has died 6 days after receiving his first dose of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine, officials said Monday. The soldier, based in Seoul, was found unconscious in his barracks the previous day and transferred to a nearby hospital. Excuse me, Jesus Christ, Rushus. Holy macarona, pardon me. Okay, shush. Oh, baby. And the soldier based in Seoul was found unconscious in his barracks the previous day and transferred to a nearby hospital but died. It wasn't immediately clear if the death was directly related to the vaccine. An autopsy is planned to look into the exact cause of the death, officials said. And of course, it won't come back as, you know, the vaccine was not the cause. It's going to be some other underlying condition, right? Because it's never the cause of the vaccine. Oh, Paul says, found your channel through some of your hiking vids. Nice to see the crypto coverage as well. Yeah. I'm glad you found the channel through the hiking videos, man. I haven't been hiking in a very long time because, I don't know, just life became dormant. My weekends got busy, but man, I miss it. I want to go back. I want to get back into hiking, man, because it was fantastic. I was doing so well. So anyway, back to the news here. It is the second death of a service member following COVID-19 vaccination. Earlier this month, an Air Force non-commissioned officer in his 40s died after receiving a second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. So this is AstraZeneca and the Pfizer. So AstraZeneca are, you know, have the whole the blood clot warnings. Pfizer is supposed to be like, you know, superb, but apparently it's not 100% dead proof. The military began administering Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine to soldiers under 30 last week. As of Friday, 162,000 service members, or 40% of troops under the age group, have received their first doses. There are supposed to be 550,000 doses administered to all the soldiers. I don't know how many more there are left, but one dead because of Pfizer and one AstraZeneca. So. On a similar topic, Moon says South Korea will push for COVID-19 vaccine supplies if North Korea agrees. Why? Why? What? I thought like South Korea and North Korea was COVID-free because they locked themselves up and killed everybody else who had it or whatever. It wouldn't let anybody in. And South Korea is trying to send some vaccines over. I don't know exactly. There's the right, political right in Korea is very much against what President Moon does and his lookout and relationship with the North. But this, I don't know. I have no comment on this. It seems bizarre. Why? I think the involvement of South Korea in North Korean affairs is even from my perspective, is like excessive. Like, does South Korea owe anything to the North? Does it really like humanitarian needs? I mean, really, if we evaluate it, you know, finances, economics that are brought into North Korea from various sources, legal or illegal or whatever, and then the involvement of the South into bringing stuff into the North, man, I don't know if that's like change of tunes. Okay, anyway, next, homeowners fiercely protest housing supply policy. So this is an interesting article. I found this is the Korea Times published. I have no idea when is it. Don't know. But apparently the Korean government was planning on building a bunch of houses here on some government-owned plots of land in the Seoul area to kind of stabilize the market prices, right? Because over the past year, real estate prices in South Korea have skyrocketed and nobody understands why. Like, things have gone bonkers. Here in Ulsan, everything's tripled. Within months, literally, we had like we were looking at apartments for 300,000, 350,000, like one of the richest neighborhoods here in the city. And within less than a year, that 350,000 apartment is now worth close to $1 million or something like that. It's ridiculous. Moon looked super happy to be at the G7 summit. Yeah, I bet he was, man. I bet he was. So anyway, the plan to build those subsidized apartments to kind of stabilize the housing market has backfired, I think. It's been scrammed because local residents had a problem with it because they figured, you know, the government was planning on building something like 4,000 new What? 4,000 new housing units on government-owned land within a government complex in Gwangcheon, Gyeonggi province. And I guess that would mean that the, you know, increase in number of complex living spaces would ultimately kind of lower the price for the other guys, you know, for the ones that are already existing present, because there would be more living space available, and I guess people would be selling or moving. I have no idea. But yeah, so that got scrammed because people were unhappy. Yeah, okay, well, there's news. This is a funny one. Criticism mounting over volleyball's planned move to Greek team after bullying scandal. This is like this weird thing that you see in Korea, man. This is like Korea at its weirdest, I think. Okay, in my view. Okay, let's. Lee Da-young, a professional volleyball player who was suspended for bullying her teammates during her middle school days. I don't know how old she is, but she doesn't look like a middle school girl right now, and I assume that she's not. Along with her twin sister, Lee Jae-young, has faced criticism over news about her plans to transfer to the Greek league. So basically, first they said, hey, you know what, we're going to suspend your ass from playing volleyball because years ago, when you were in middle school, right now you've like graduated university, wherever you are, but you know, 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, when you were in middle school, you were a bully, and so now we're suspending you for that. And then and then she says, okay, well, screw you then, I'm going to join the Greek league. And they're saying, wait a minute, you know what, that's shitty, that's a shitty thing to do. You punished her for something that she did, you know, as a kid years ago, and in order to save her career, like not to take a break, man, if she was feeling underappreciated, she decided to go somewhere else, and now everybody's complaining. What? I say go for it, man. Get out of here, girl. Go to the Greek league. Find your wings. Find your wings. Yeah. Yeah, man. Alright. Next, what do we got here? Kim Jong-un calls Kpop vicious cancer, man. Mr. Un, give me a call. I think maybe I'm starting to like this guy. Vicious cancer. A recent media report, the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un defined K-pop as a vicious cancer, is shedding spotlight on the regime's culture war. It's interesting. Well, I guess it's pop culture, but I don't know. It's just my you know, personal negative predisposition towards pop music in general, particularly in K-pop. I'm not a fan. Never will be. Never have. Never will be. And yeah. Anyway, the New York Times reported on June 11 that Kim called South Korean pop music a vicious cancer, corrupting young North Koreans, declaring a war to stop it. With its state media warning that the South's entertainment business would eventually make North Korea crumble like a damp wall. Really? Wow. That's interesting. It's got, you know, I don't know. Kim Jong-un was educated abroad, right? Like, he was educated in whatever university he went to, Harvard or some other one. So he's a Western grown-up kid, and he was kind of thrown into the, you know, through scandals. I don't know, he assassinated his brother or his uncle or something to get into the position of power that he's in right now. And I wonder if, I mean, I'm sure he's enjoying it, but what are his like long-term plans? Is he planning on like demolishing the dictatorship and maybe merging it into something else? But it can't happen overnight, right? So maybe like these small bits and pieces, like that, you know, dribble, crumble. Just giving hints, like if you continue with this, then North Korea will crumble like a damp wall. Why would he be saying that? It's kind of like, you know, providing fuel for the fire. Would not be like, yeah, continue doing it, and eventually it will fall, and I'll have an excuse to get out of this place and be a free millionaire roaming the world. The report reflects the far-reaching influence of South Korean pop music in North Korea. Wait a minute, this is just like K-pop shill, man. K-pop shill through Korea Times. Yeah. Anyway, next, the Korea Herald. Controversial launch of new educational governance body inside. Okay, this is an interesting topic. It's an interesting topic because double fail. You mean double fail on the volleyball thing? Yeah. Cream Pie Lars, can I say the N-word in here? No. See, I just did it. Studied in Switzerland, I think. Kim Jongun, yeah. I have no idea. I honestly don't remember. I just know that he studied at, you know, some lavish university abroad in the West, in any case. So, whatever. Hates Kpop but loves Dennis Rodman. Okay. Man. I don't know how you can compare those two, dude. Come on, Paul. No. Anyway, okay, so... Okay, I got this article that's going to lead us into something interesting, into the topic at hand, which is the fourth industrial revolution. So let's jump in. Controversial launch of new educational governance body in sight. Nothing new about Korea. There is always something controversial happening. That's why we love this country. That's why we live here, because it's never boring. Yeah, it's never boring. There's not a dull moment in South Korea. The official launch of a new educational governance body is in sight as demand grows for comprehensive reform of South Korea's educational system. And it goes blah blah blah, who's gonna do it and why, and basically the president's gonna appoint a bunch of people to, like, you know, from his office to get in. One of President Moon Jae-in's campaign promises was to establish a political independent body to oversee the country's educational policy. Blah blah blah. It doesn't say what they were going to do, what the goals were. The bill categorizes the National Education Commission as a presidential body, not an independent agency like the National Human Rights Commission. So on and so forth. Excuse me, I hope you didn't hear that. But here's the interesting point. The desire for a new command center in the education sector has intensified over the years as long-term college admissions policies, evaluation methods, and teaching materials are heavily swayed by which party is in control at the moment. That is painting a very dark picture of any educational system, if that's the case. If the educational system is swayed by political agendas, that's a problem, I think. And, you know, it's a black hole. It's very deep to get into and talk about it, because I mean, well, I mean, it's pretty clear, isn't it? Education should not be swayed by political agendas unless you're studying political science, and even then you should be learning about political science, not being trained to look at the world from a specific or a certain point of view, right, based on whatever political sponsors that the university, or particular university, is being fueled by. But this paragraph right here, this paragraph is leading us into the fourth industrial revolution, ladies and gentlemen. Experts also call for a shift in the educational system at all levels, both for public and private schools, in light of the fourth industrial revolution and demographic changes. Why is this important? Why am I talking about this? Let's go on. Let's go on. What is the fourth industrial revolution? It's something that I think is not talked about a lot. I personally don't know what it is. Like, yeah, okay, it's fourth, you know, we had the industrial revolution and then we added the next one and whatever. With the help of a very succinct infographic, I will present to you the fourth industrial revolution, or explain to you the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth, look, I was looking it up. Let me find an image. The image I included in my okay, I don't know if you can see this because it's tiny. Let's see, can I make it bigger without actually exploding all over my screen? Can you see this? Okay, well, okay, here we go. So the first industrial revolution was the steam engine. The second industrial revolution was mass production. Then came the internet technology, that was the third. And the fourth is, ladies and gentlemen, mainly gentlemen, smart finance. And what is smart finance, you might ask, for those who don't know yet? South Korea. Ben says demographic changes are a huge deal. South Korea needs to have more kids, man. Yeah, they do. But population is declining. which is why the South Korean government is finally allowing, I think I covered that a couple of podcasts ago, they're pushing for citizenships. They will be giving, the government is, I don't know, talking or I think planning on giving citizenships to children from, I guess, multicultural backgrounds who have been living in South Korea for prolonged periods of time but have not acquired citizenship yet for whatever reason. But yeah, I assume that there's going to be a lot more what is it? People from different walks of life, from different countries coming in, who will be granted a lot more leeway in terms of, registering for permanent residencies and citizenships and becoming citizenships. I think that's what's going to have to happen in South Korea for anything to move. Right. Okay. So that was the infographic. So what was I saying? Smart finance. Yes, that's where we're at. Okay. No, we did this. Done. Smart finance. Okay, so the fourth industrial revolution. Why this today? We stand on the brink. So the fourth industrial revolution is something that I think is not talked about enough. Like, me personally, I heard it here and there, and people talk about it every now and then, here and then, but it feels, I think, if this, if the fourth industrial revolution is a thing to behold, and it's something that we should be paying attention to, then it absolutely is being shoved under the carpet. And I'm getting the feeling that a lot of it has to do with the fact that the powers that be want to keep it to themselves, the initial stages of it, because right now a huge part of the fourth industrial revolution, the wealth that is being hoarded right now, is accessible to anybody on the planet, and I think most people are just getting wind of the possibilities of the wealth that is literally being like stolen from underneath their fingers. We stand on the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we live, work, and relate to one another, obviously, blah blah blah. In its scale, scope, and complexity, the transformation will be unlike anything humankind has experienced before. We do not yet know just how it will unfold, but one thing is clear: the response to it must be integrated and comprehensive, involving all stakeholders of the global polity, from the public and private sectors to academia and civil society. The first industrial revolution used water and steam power to mechanize production. The second used electric power to create mass production. The third used electronics and information technology to automate production. Now a fourth industrial revolution is building on the third, the digital revolution that has been occurring since the middle of the last century. It is characterized by a fusion of technologies that is blurring the lines between physical, digital, and biological spheres. And this is very important. This is very important. When we're talking about things that are being developed, computers, robots, self-flying car or self-driving cars, AI and all that stuff. I think what we oftentimes forget to remember is finance. Because it's, for the most part, finance is something that is controlled by governments, by central banks, and never by the individual. So the individuals are basically, we're seen as the consumers, right? For the most part, most of us are consumers, and most of us are fed a certain type of propaganda, and we consume it, as well as the crap that we're given out in those advertisements and everything else, right? And that's what we're here for, to consume what we're given. And we're fed what to eat, what to take, what to buy, what to wear, where to go, what to watch, what to adore, what to worship, if it's Kpop or Dennis Rodman, all these people. Already artificial intelligence is all around us, from self-driving cars and drones to virtual assistants and software that translate or invest Impressive progress has been made in AI in recent years, driven by exponential increases in computing power and by the availability of vast amounts of data. From software used to discover new drugs to algorithms used to predict our cultural interests. Digital fabrication technologies, meanwhile, are increasing with the biological world on a daily basis. Engineers, designers, and architects are combining computational design, additive manufacturing, materials engineering, and synthetic biology to pioneer a symbiosis between microorganisms, our bodies, the products we consume, and even the buildings we inhabit. So this is a pretty wide range of things that are included in the fourth revolution. And I want to ask, without reading further, if you're interested in the article, I'm going to copy and paste it here. Copy and paste. If you haven't read about the fourth industrial revolution, give this one a read. But when we talk about all these things, none of them mention economics. None of them mention finances. And if everything becomes AI and self-driving and self-monitoring, what makes us believe that we're going to continue throwing cash around like we have been for the past, how many hundreds of years? How do people not consider the fact that cryptocurrencies are going to take over the world? Like, it's happening already. It's happening already to a mass extent. Like, the number of countries that are finally beginning to talk about cryptocurrencies is so scary that even the IMF is stepping in because they're in fear of losing control of the populace, man. Ordering cab, blah blah blah. Okay, so with that in mind, let's hop over to what's happening in the cryptocurrency world. Bitcoin, check it out. It just happened now. Bitcoin hit 40 grand. 40 grand on the clock. $40,000 finally reached on Bitcoin. And that's good because Bitcoin's been stagnating at 30 something thousand for a really long time. Like about a month or something. Where was it here? 34,000. May 23rd. And it kept bouncing between 38, 34, 39, 34. After the massive crash here, which occurred in April, right? In April, it was at $63,000, and then it kind of bounced down and continued to, went up to 58, and then it just dribbled down, and everybody panicked, more selling, liquidations, and this and that. And since May 23rd, it hovered at about 38, 34. Basically, all the big whales that dumped this wealth onto us, onto people, onto the market, basically, took their profits, and then Bitcoin dumped. And while they were accumulating, people were freaking out and losing their minds, and there was an accumulation process happening. And now finally, after a month, June, a month, after a solid month, nearly June 12th, Bitcoin managed to break 40,000. We'll see if it holds. I'm not going to go into charts and resistances, but it broke like tonight. It started to run yesterday. It was literally yesterday. Let's go back here. Just yesterday, June 7th, June 14th. Yeah, we were here, 35,000, and Sunday night it had a nice run up. Blabbity boo. Actually, let me see here. Trading, here we go, chart. Bitcoin, yeah, okay, check it out. This is on the 24, let's see, the 1 hour chart. This happened just here. Doing right here, June 13th, last night at, or afternoon, I guess. It went up here a little bit, and yeah, so basically the run started around here, June 3rd at 3 o'clock, and it like continued up until today. Well, it still continues. It just had a massive jump up here at 2 point, no, not 2%. What are we at? Oh, I don't know, I can't see. Whatever, like 20%, somewhere in the vicinity of 20%. So a good pump, yeah. Ethereum, $2,500. Binance coin is bouncing up. Everything's up. pretty much. Everything is in green. Look at that. Fantastic day. That's why I said earlier it was a very good day to wake up to today. Cointelegraph, probably the biggest news from this week. Bitcoin is officially a legal tender in El Salvador. That probably was the biggest news from this week. El Salvador announced that they're going to make Bitcoin legal tender, and of course, as soon as that happened, IMF decided to go visit El Salvador. I haven't read this yet, but an International Monetary Fund mission led by blah blah blah, November 4th and 8th to discuss. Oh wait, that's old news, man. That's old news. So I don't know what the article is. The other article is, but there's apparently IMF is going down to El Salvador to have a sit down with them and talk, because, well, it's another lots of shorts getting wrecked. Yeah, shorts and longs have been getting wrecked like the entire month, man, since March. Like when Bitcoin was bouncing in up and down, there was so many shorts and so many longs getting wrecked. But right now, you mean? Yeah, I bet there are. I haven't looked at the feed, but yeah, I bet there are a lot of shorts getting wrecked, man. And so IMF went down to or is going to El Salvador, I guess, to set them straight. But El Salvador has made an announcement. I read there was another article somewhere saying that Peru was also talking about making Bitcoin a legal tender. Now, there's a bunch of articles coming out of Africa, not even South Africa, but Africa. Tanzanian president urges central bank to prepare for crypto. Africa leading Bitcoin peer-to-peer trading volume growth in 2021. What's this one here? Bitcoin price analysis following today's spike. Bitcoin needs to break. Okay, this is like, go put that over here. Back to the Africa thing later. In a little bit. Tanzania considers crypto and boosts Bitcoin as nations line up behind El Salvador to embrace decentralized finance. Central Bank of Tanzania should strive for crypto adoption, says the country's president. I think there's another. South Africa plans to regulate cryptocurrencies to promote responsible innovation. So, right. So, you got countries in Africa are stepping up, man, to the plate. And so, just keep in mind that Cardano just struck ADA. It's a weird name to say. Cardano just, struck a deal with I forget which country that is in Africa, and brought like 5 million people onto the platform. And I assume that since Africa is becoming more and more involved in cryptocurrencies and is looking towards cryptocurrencies more and more, that there's going to be the adoption of Cardano in South Africa, the adoption of Cardano in Africa is going to continue, and there's going to be more and more countries jumping on board and use Cardano. Because it's the first cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin that's already there, I guess, and it's making its presence, and is like planning to do things in Africa. So, it's a big continent, untapped territory, and Cardano is making the right steps to make itself present, to make its presence being felt, man. And the world had Ethereum, and right now, man, Ethereum usage of Ethereum is probably way too expensive for most folks in Africa, and so Cardano may be actually the exact thing that countries like the ones in Africa, third world countries, need, a cheap alternative for online banking, for online finance, for the to be included in the fourth industrial revolution. So there you go, another reason for why people should be looking towards Cardano a little bit too, man. I'm not gonna read all these articles, but yeah, all you need to do is Google, man. Find out. This is Finefold Let's have a look at Tanzania. Should strive for crypto adoption. Do not be caught unprepared. The president of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, outlined the nation's need for cryptocurrency adoption. She stressed out, oh, it's a woman. She stressed out that the East African region still falls behind other more advanced regions. So, in a recent announcement, the Tanzanian president highlighted the development of cryptocurrency usage and adoption in many countries. She minded that the East African region, where Tanzania is located, is not as advanced as other areas, and urged the financial chiefs to start working on that matter. Bitcoin is a financial instrument. Speaking on the East African region earlier this year, Kenya's central bank announced its intentions to switch its base currency to Bitcoin. Holy macaroni! Oh, that's Kenya, man. That's not even Tanzania, Kenya. At the time, the financial executives of the country, considering that this move would solve the problem with the depreciating shilling, which has lost nearly 50%. That's like, it's a pretty good crypto drop, but it certainly is better, I think, in terms, of a bounce back. I don't know how good of a bounce back the shilling has. Bitcoin's already bouncing back, and probably within the next 2 months it's going to be way up. Nearly 50% of its value compared to the US dollar since 2010. So South African countries, I think, have a lot to gain from adopting cryptocurrencies, and not that much to lose, man, since a lot of these countries, their currency is like in the drain. I've seen videos of people going to buy bread and they're carrying like millions and millions of dollars, because the value of the currency is nil. So they have to carry bags and bags of paper money in order to buy loaves, a loaf of bread. Similar thing is happening in South America. I don't know which countries, but it's the same thing, man. Yeah. Alrighty. South Korea. Korean banks will need to classify crypto exchange clients as high risk. New rules announced by South Korea's Financial Services Commission, or FCS, are expected to affect around 60 unauthorized cryptocurrency exchanges in the country, and a new policy for banks will require that they classify any crypto exchange clients as high risk. I have no idea what that means, but I guess yeah, right. They could, so people could switch. Ben says, let me go over here real quickly. Ben says people could switch between the two and avoid inflation spikes, I guess. Yeah, shilling plus BC. Yeah, like, I think the misunderstanding that some people may have, and I guess I did too, for a long time, was that, Bitcoin is to take over cryptocurrencies, but it doesn't necessarily need to, right? I mean, it's very possible to have two currencies working side by side. I mean, we've got currencies from all over the globe. We've got the main US dollar, I guess, and there are British pounds, and all the other. Every single country has its own currency, and so Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies can work side by side with other currencies. I mean, I think with time, like I said, everything is being digitized. Everything is moving online. The fourth industrial revolution does not mean, already, like, how often do you use cash? How often does anybody use cash? We don't use as much cash as we used to 10 years ago. And within the next 10 years, cash will disappear entirely. And all the monies will be digitized. And it just makes so much more sense to have cryptocurrencies as the means of purchase rather than dollars. I mean, they're stable coins, and while cryptocurrencies are used, they fluctuate. Stable coins, for example, do not. So, like, USDT, USDC, BUSD, they're all stable coins. And so while these assets, like Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Cardano, and all the other cryptocurrencies do fluctuate, you know, people are making money with them, and it's not unheard of to cash into stable currencies and use stable currencies for purchases and whatnot, right? But yeah, that wouldn't be unheard of. It's not unheard of. Probably it is unheard of right now, but it wouldn't be unheard of in the near future. So anyway, here's South Korea. Crypto exchange clients at high risk. So I don't know. I guess people who are crypto investors would not be able to get a lot of loans. I don't think. Yeah, that's basically banks again flexing their muscles, telling us that if you have if you get crypto investments, then we won't be lending you any money. Yeah, I don't read that as individuals. What do you mean? The exchanges who have accounts at the bank. I see what you mean. Korean banks will need to classify crypto exchange clients as high risk. Okay, good point. You mean like crypto exchanges rather than individuals? Yeah, okay, I get your point. According to the Korea Times, the new guidelines were announced on Saturday. So financial services commissions, or FSCs, are expected to affect around 60 unauthorized cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay. According to Korea Times, the new guidelines were announced on Sunday. That the crypto exchanges strengthen their monitoring of transactions and uphold strong user ID requirements. Until now, only the 4 largest exchanges in South Korea have set up real name accounts, and if you want to know which ones they are, let's have a look here quickly. The 4 exchanges are Corbit, I think, Upbit, Coinon. Where are they? No? Where are they? Oh, bugger. Okay, I don't know. What's happening? I lost it. I lost that. Okay, here it is. Only 4 largest. Where are the 4 largest exchanges? Oh man, I'm hot. I need a fan in this joint. Okay, I don't know. I think it's Corbit, Upbit, Coinon, and Bitum. I may be wrong on a couple, but I know Corbit is one of them, and whatnot. Korean crypto exchange AML guidelines extended to end of 2021. So Korean exchanges, the crypto exchange is supposed to like is supposed to be monitoring. The exchanges are supposed to be monitoring money coming in and out, and that was supposed to be done by July 9th, but apparently now they're extending it till December 31st. Which probably is done, well, it's probably good that it's done because taxes are kicking in starting next year. I don't know if it's like January 1st, so it's going to be right after. Right now they're monitoring until the 31st, and then after that there's going to be taxes. So all these people who are money laundering or whatever, they'll be disappearing, probably, most likely. No, Puppet Master, it is not pre-recorded. Make sure to smash up the likes and join the team, yo. The validity period of the FCS virtual currency related money laundering prevention guidelines extended from July 9th until December 31st. What was it? Guidance from South Korea's Financial Services Commission exchange been extended. What was the reason for that? Mystery of guidance. According to the Specific Financial Information Act, financial companies are obliged to report suspicious transactions to the Financial Intelligence Unit. If customers refuse to verify their identity, financial companies should reject those transactions. I'm not sure how you can refuse to identify yourself, man. I can do crap on Corbit without, you know, without being registered and passing all that stuff. You need to pass the know your customer, whatever the heck it's called, FYCs. Anyway, so they extended it, so it's until December they're gonna keep an eye. The government officials are gonna keep an eye on the exchanges, and the exchanges are gonna keep an eye on all the transactions. And then in January 1st, taxes are coming in, and all the crooked heads are gonna disappear. There you go. What is this? This little known crypto asset set to erupt as markets rebound, according to top altcoin trader. I have no idea. I just looked it up. I just found this by accident. Apparently, there's this crypto asset that's supposed to pump. This is just today, 14th. Let's see. A widely followed crypto strategist says he's keeping a close watch on one low-cap cryptocurrency that he believes is poised to explode amid a rebound in the broader digital asset market. I have no idea who this person is. But this is XRO. This is the asset, and what it is, it's a intuitive odds-based crypto trading platform, I guess. Ticks and wicks. I don't know. It looks kind of weird. This website here, but it's basically just like one-click trading, which is freaking weird. I've done that, and it's dodgy as hell. One-click trading, and two-click trading. I don't even know who does that, so I don't know. Ready to start trading? Blah blah blah. You want to look at it? HXRO. Check it out if you're interested. I don't know who the top altcoin trader is. It doesn't say, I don't think. So I don't know how reliable this is, because it could be freaking Elon Musk for all we know. Could be Elon Musk, man. That fucking guy is just, I don't know. Everybody's hating on him, but that. Some news from Elon. What is it here? Binary. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's it. It does seem like binary options. So I don't even know. This is not new. Binary options are not new, and it's not. You know, why would it explode? So I don't know who this top altcoin trader is. I don't know how reliable that is. But I guess keep an eye on the thing. Check it out. Actually, let's have a look. What is it? HXRO. Let's have a look in Coin Market Cap. See if that thing is even listed. HXRO. What is it at now? 70 cents. Well, there you go. 70 cents. Been around for a couple of years. At 7 cents at some point, and it pumped up to 70 cents right now. 68, whatever it's at now. Yeah. Just today. Is there anything about like the website? Who are you people? What is this thing? Careers, login, started, information, LinkedIn. Let's have a look at LinkedIn. Peer-to-peer markets on crypto commodities, indices, and FX prohibited in the US and other restricted jurisdictions. Okay, so if you're in the US, you wouldn't even be able to use it. Who's working on this project? Not sure. Okay, they do have a presence somewhere. There's something brewing in the market there. Okay. Anyway, okay. Elon Musk. Here we go. Looks like a paid advertisement shield. This isn't, dude. No, it's not a shield. I have no idea what that is. I just found it by accident. I just read this article. No idea who this is. I've never heard of this thing. Don't buy it. It's probably crap. It's binary options. So no, not a shill, man. I threw something in just out of curiosity. Elon Musk sells his last remaining house but keeps his Bitcoin holdings, man. How is Bitcoin not pumping? Of course it's pumping, man. How the god of crypto and everything else in between sold his last house to buy more crypto with it, man. Of course it's gonna pump. What do I think about buying gold and silver? I don't know, man. If you got the money for it, give her. Go nuts. Go for it. I'm not against it. I personally don't buy it. I never did. Would I? I don't know. Again, if I had the money for it, sure. That particular one? Yeah, maybe they have. I haven't looked at it. Like I said, I know nothing about that project. Paul says they've doubled their market cap in the last 90 days. Well, yeah, it pumped. Maybe that was a shield. Maybe the article, you mean? This one, the Daily Huddle. That's the newspaper. Yeah, maybe it's just a regular shill. There's a lot of those, man. A lot of those shills, you know. I thought you were saying that I'm shilling. I'm not shilling it. I'm not shilling anything. People have to pay me a lot of money to shill their crap, and it would have to be very good. Price is rising lately. Yeah. Head of Tesla. Okay, blah, we don't need to read it. Elon Musk bought it. Bitcoin is pumping. Everything's looking green again. Bitcoin price analysis following today's spike. BTC needs to break this level for confirmed bullish reversal. Let's have a look. Here's some numbers. I didn't analyze it. Where are those numbers? Here you go. Key support levels: 39, 200, 38,000, 36, 750, 36, 34, 750. Key resistance levels: 40, 47, 60, 42, 42, 50, 44, 47, 46. Look ahead. The first resistance lies at 40. This is followed by 40. I think we broke through that. What are we at right now? $40,433. Doleros. 40,000. First resistance at 40,000. This is followed by 40,760. So we should have a run up to 40,760, which would be like around here, 760. Yeah, somewhere right here. And after that, we'll see if it bounces or what. Yeah, that's the idea. Where is it? Where is this thing? Okay, I can't see. Very bright light. Okay. All right. Hello. You know what? I'm not very good at using retracements. Breaking through 44. Next one is 42 here. Don't know what the resistance is here. Different resistance, but that's what we got. Okay, bearish fib 42 January 2021, 42. Okay, these are older. MA 200 MA and 4470. I'm gonna keep this myself and splatter that all over that chart, man. Want it? I'll share it. Copy and paste for you fine people. If you haven't done the analysis yourself, here, check it out. It's right there for you. Bioink. Well, that's it, really. That's it, man. Buy Bitcoin price, resistance, key levels, everything's here. You got it. What was that price? Let me see here. Ooh, condition. That's where I want it to be. So we broke through 40,760 is the next one, yeah? 40,760. Let's see here, 40,760. What? 760. 760. That would be the next one, yeah? So if we, oh crap. Once we get to that sucker, and it bounced off of it, and we dropped. Yeah. And I guess, what is that based on? Okay, that's based on this resistance level right here. I guess, yeah. This is from May 21st to May 26th, right here. That's the resistance level. Let's double check it, okay. 4760. Yup, okay. There we go. And so yeah, we apparently looks like we just bounced off of it and we're back down. So that's the next one. What's the next one after that? If we break through the 760 bearish, or 385, then the next one will be 42. So you break through that sucker, then place your long at you know, after 47.6385 fib, and you should get a run up to 42 grand. I'm not looking at that tonight, man. It's too late. I'm gonna hit the sack probably. Shoot. What was we thinking? Hold on. Let me expand. I can't see the chat here very much, man. What do you think about buying gold, silver? Yeah. Let's see here. Price is rising lately. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not you. No. Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Yeah, no, I didn't think I was chilling. I'm not chilling anything. I'm not chilling anything. All right, dudes. That's gonna be. That's it. That's the conclusion of it, man. I posted an article for you guys. Check it out. Have a look. I don't know how good your analysis is. I'm still in the learning process, so I'm quite new to it, man. I dabble at it because it's definitely something that you should be dabbling in. Even if you're not trading, you should be totally reading up on cryptocurrencies because it is the future of finance. Decentralized finance is the newest craze in the world of cryptocurrencies, man. There's staking, there are ways of making money in cryptocurrencies that give you returns that are better than any bank has ever offered you in the past, or maybe some banks did. I guess maybe in 2000, whenever, pre-2010, Korean banks were giving, like, for long-term investments, we were giving out something like 8 or 9% interest. These days, nothing. But right now, in cryptocurrencies, in finance, DeFi, the decentralized finance and cryptocurrencies, you can find investments that will give you returns better than that. Ben says, another great podcast. Thanks, Ben. Sorry, I just remembered. Ben was asking me if it's not too late. Oh no, if it's easy to invest. Liquid and Luna, Mirror and Anchor protocols as well. Yeah, I will. Luna is a Korean one. Luna is one. That was issued by Kakao, I believe. It's a Kakao token that was issued a couple of years ago. Yeah. I will check out those mentioned definitely. And I guess I just wanted to make a quick note. Ben asked me if it's easy to get in. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me as well, Paul. Stay in touch. Message me either here. Oh, actually, you know what? If you want to look me up on Facebook, if you just type in Live in Korea group, drop me a message, say what's up, and come into the group and join, and then I'll... Clayton? What's Luna? I thought Luna was... Yeah, I thought Luna was one as well. Terralabs. Do you know? Okay. Alrighty. I stand corrected. Alright, cool. Thanks, Paul. So to answer Ben's question, is it difficult to get into crypto? Apparently, I just listened to a podcast earlier today. I started listening. I turned it off because it was a shill of some other project. But the guy who was shilling it was talking about his early days in the cryptocurrency world, and when he got a sniff of Bitcoin in 2000 whatever 11 or 12 or something like that. Bitcoin was at $1 a pop, and he said he was able to go on a website and purchase it, or he could have purchased it a lot easier than it is now to purchase. His words, ironically, is what he said. But in any case, right now what you need, in Korea at least, you need to have a Korean phone number, Korean bank account, and it has to be a bank account with a specific bank that permits cryptocurrency transfers, or that permits the setup of an account with a cryptocurrency in exchange. And right now in Korea there are only 4 that are legitly set up, and one of them is, I think, it's Corbit, I think Upbit, Coinon, and what's the other one? Bitum. And there were some issues with Bitum recently, I read something, but those are the 4. There's a bunch of other ones, but these are the only 4 that have completed the requirements set out by the government to fulfill whatever their expectations of, proper procedures for running a cryptocurrency exchange. If you want to set up a cryptocurrency exchange abroad, I have a friend who's British as well, and he purchased his first Ethereum on Binance. using a British account, a British credit card. So it ain't that difficult, man. Hop over to Binance, set up an account. You gotta pass your identification and all that stuff tests. You know, you provide your passport, pictures, and all that stuff. And then using a credit card of your choosing will get you there. Easy as that, I guess. And from there, you know, hope for the best and watch your crypto grow and bring you over the next 2 or 3 decades, bring you freaking happiness and smile to your face. Hopefully. I mean, watch the bear runs, because those will come as well. So yeah, that's it. All right. Okay, guys. It's an hour and 13 minutes. God damn, these podcasts are getting way too long. All right, guys. Ben, Paul, Puppet Master. Who else is here? That's it. 3 months. Oh, Cream Pie Lars. Message retracted. All right. That's it. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope this was informative in some way, shape, or form. Make sure to share the love, like it, share the video with people. You know, help the Live in Korea podcast attack the algorithm, spread the message, and get more people to come in, join, man. And again, oh, Paul, yeah, if you want to find me on Facebook, Live in Korea group, man. If you're interested in talking some crypto, man. I have a Kakao group with some friends and we chat crypto there, so hit me up. Alright, guys, that's it for tonight's craziness, for tonight's insanity. Thank you all for stopping by, for tuning in, for listening in, and contributing to the conversation. Much appreciated. Always great to do it. Next week, I have no idea what's coming. I usually come up with ideas to these podcasts last minute, but there will be crypto because there's always crypto. And I hope to see you guys all next week. And until then, have a fantastic week. And, you know, don't stress too much over work because that can kill all of y'all. Alrighty. Have a good night. And see you next time. Bye-bye.